Hey, what's going on YouTube? Damn, I haven't done this in a while. Um, I'm just coming with you guys with the video on the Champions League. So if you guys haven't really been living under a rock, you'll know that it's the Champions League semifinal, which me putting out this video, it's gonna be April 30th, so in like 2 weeks from now. So yeah, I'm just basically here to, I guess, give my opinion. It's going to be Ajax versus Tottenham, and Tottenham's home first. And it's Liverpool versus Barcelona, which that's going to be a good match. And I believe Barcelona's playing home first. So, regardless, both games are going to be good. Um, I wouldn't necessarily say this is going to be like a prediction video because, to be honest, I'm always off with that kind of stuff. It's more of just like my opinion on like the players, who's on form, who's going to win, stuff like that. So, let's just like get into this. Um, so first we have the first game that's going to be on Tuesday, which again that's April 30th. So I don't know when I'm going to put this video out, but and I again before I even start, I just want to apologize. I wanted to actually originally I wanted to do a Champions League video like from the round of 16 all the way to the final, like unpacking each match and stuff like that. But I got pretty lazy. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, so I'm sorry that I'm just doing it in the semifinals. So first we have Barcelona versus Liverpool. So Barcelona's playing home first. Again, we all know that pretty much Barcelona without Messi is not really like any threat. All right, let me take that back. They're a threat, but Messi's the main guy there. We all know that. But actually, I take that back. I want to get into the injury list. So I, this is as recent. So this can change within 2 weeks. We never know who's going to get injured. So starting off with Liverpool, we have Ox Chamberlain, he's been injured the entire season, and he is going to be injured. He has a torn ligament, so he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Who last year making it to the final, he was an absolute crazy. He was like a really good winger, and he also played in the midfield too. So he was a really good player. So it's huge for Liverpool that they don't have him. We have Lovren, who's coming back. He has a hamstring injury. He's coming back. To be honest, he hasn't really played. Matip has been like the main partner next to Virgil van Dijk. And if it's not him, it's going to be Gomez. Gomez was injured, but he's back now. So I can't really see Lovren making it on the team, especially for the Champions League. Maybe for Premier League. And that being said, even though Ox Chamberlain and Lovren are the only injured players right now, to be honest, most of the sorry about that. Basically the entire team's not going to be 100% fit just because Liverpool they're going for the Premier League trophy and they're going against Man City. So every game is going to be pretty crazy. So not all the players are going to be on form. Well, they are going to be on form because that's where they are right now. But they could get injured. You never know what could happen between now and 2 weeks of like intense games. Even though they don't have crazy opponents in the Premier League, every team is like, every team fights hard. So then we have Barcelona, which they have Rafinha, who plays in the midfield. He's out for the rest of the season. Umtiti has a knee injury as in right now. Again, that knee injury, I believe he was out for the second leg of the Barca game, or he might have gotten injured in the second leg. But in 2 weeks, I'm thinking he's probably going to come back, and he's definitely going to start because he's one of Barcelona's best center backs. So, yeah. Then we go on to the Tottenham game. All right, actually, let me take it back. So, the players who are really on form for each team, for Liverpool, let's start off with. We have Mane and Virgil van Dijk have been two of the best players for Liverpool. The main issue with Liverpool was their defense. So Virgil van Dijk and, to be honest, Alisson and Robertson. To be honest, I think, my personal opinion, Virgil van Dijk just made everybody better once he got on the team. So, our goalkeeper, or Liverpool's goalkeeper, Alisson, Virgil van Dijk, they've all been like, they have all been just like on form, and that's made our entire play like just insane. Then we have, let me think. Okay, so for Barcelona again, there's Messi, who's obviously always on form, always going to be a threat. Greatest player in the planet in the history of soccer, in my opinion. So he's just there. Um, Barca going against Liverpool. Barca have Coutinho and Suarez, who both played for Liverpool, and they didn't. They were probably one of our best players that they had. So I can say that they're probably going to score. That's like a guaranteed goal for at least for each of them, at least one goal. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun match. It's going to be a fun match. Um, Barcelona, who else do they have? Again, Umtiti has been on really good form. Ter Stegen has been on form. So the only advantage, well, I'd have to say that I have to give the advantage to Barcelona just because in their league they pretty much won the league. Again, Atletico are still chasing them, but I would say that La Liga is not as competitive as the Premier League. So that being said, Barcelona they kind of have like they don't have to play all their strongest side in order to win the games. So they're gonna be 100% fit. I can tell you that much, especially because they're gonna be at home first. So it's gonna be interesting. Going on to the Tottenham versus Ajax game. Um, so Tottenham and Ajax. Let's start off with Tottenham. So Tottenham, it's sad to say, but they beat Man City. Which if you guys didn't see that game, please watch the highlights. That game was insane. Yeah, that game was just incredible, and it was interesting because going off the injury list, Harry Kane is injured with an ankle injury, and he got injured the first leg of the match against Man City. So them going into the second leg without Harry Kane, everyone was kind of iffy on if they were going to pass, and they had honestly you can say that Son was like the main guy, but I think as a team, Jody's everybody else, the defense, I thought they all played well. So yeah, that's that. Then you have Aurier, who's their primary right back, who has a hamstring injury. Again, in 2 weeks he might be coming back. Same with Harry Kane. I've been hearing some rumors that Harry Kane might be out for the rest of the season, but it seems like they're not that bad without him. So now we have Winks, who has a groin injury, and Sissoko, who's debated their primary CDM. He's been playing like in the center mid CDM position. Um, Again, because Tottenham sold Dembele, so Sissoko's been like he's been getting a lot of play time, but he has a muscle injury. They haven't been so specific with which area, so he's probably going to be coming back too. Ajax have been just flying this season, from league to Champions League. They've been just what a scary team. I mean, they came out with they came out with beating I believe it was Roma. I have to double check on that, but they did that, and then they ended up. I'm sorry, they beat Real Madrid, and then they beat Juventus, and now they're going against Tottenham. So they have no injuries, and they just have a bunch of young players. De Ligt, they have De Jong, who's already been signed to Barcelona, and they've been just playing extremely well. So it's good. That's gonna be an interesting match. And yeah, that's the fourth goal. If you guys are watching this game, this is not a Foot Champs game, but this is a division rivals. Just putting up one of my gameplay. So the main players that Tottenham have as of right now, again, Son, he cooked. He's been playing very well. Especially since Harry Kane's been injured. There's a lot of statistics showing that like when Tottenham played with Harry Kane, they actually play their winning ratio is actually worse. And to be honest, the games that I've seen Harry Kane not playing with Tottenham, they played really good. Son really shows his ability, and he really shows what he can do. So it's not much of a worry. I mean, it would be nice to have Harry Kane, of course, but the England captain. But they do play better sometimes without him. So maybe they're better off without him. Um, as they call him, Super Jan. He's been. I'm not a huge fan of him just because his style of play. He's more of like a slow center back, but he's very composed. He has a defensive stats, and he's very good. And on top of that, he's been on form. So him and Vertonghen have been playing really good as a partner, Belgian partnership. So that's that. Now on to my predictions. Uh, I'm a Barcelona fan, but when it comes to the Premier League, I support Liverpool. So I want to say, oof, the Barcelona versus Liverpool game is going to be very tough, but I'm going to give it to. I just think that Liverpool are going to take everything. Honestly, I think Virgil van Dijk's going to win the Premier League Player of the Match. I think that Liverpool are going to win the Premier League, and I think Liverpool are going to at least make it to the final of the Champions League for the second time in a row. So I want to say that Liverpool are gonna. I think it's gonna be a goal scoring fest. I think it's gonna be 5-4 in aggregate, and I'm not gonna get specific with who's gonna score and stuff like that because again, I'll do another video for that. But yeah, 5-4 in aggregate. I'm gonna have Liverpool pass. Um, and for the Tottenham game, I'm gonna go with Ajax. I think Ajax are gonna make it to the final, and it's gonna be an insane. I, I'm sorry to say, but I think it's just gonna be like a really good. I think Ajax are just gonna be playing insane, and they're gonna win 3-1 on the aggregate. So yeah, that's my prediction. Hope you enjoy the video, and thank you.